Sorry, I thought we were fifth. Oh, okay. I guess I didn't count the first. No worries, well said.
Okay, so we've got David Mandel. He's the CEO and founder of PivotDesk with us tonight. And if you're looking to not only rent some space in your current situation, or if you're looking for a better situation, PivotDesk might be the solution, if I understand you guys correctly.
I'll do my best to explain it a little more.
So we have you guys were like almost halfway through. The one rule is that we really like to keep the room quiet. I know it kind of sucks if you want to talk to somebody and you really want to like do a deal. That's great, but do it in the side room or outside, not in the main room. And I'm talking to you guys in the back.
That's perfect.
Yeah. There it is. Confirm. Looks as good as it's going to be. Works for me. Work for you. Let's do it.
Thank you very much. So as I said, my name is David Mandel, and I am the CEO of PivotDesk, and I'm here with Matt Abfalter, the GM of San Francisco. And PivotDesk helps entrepreneurs find room to grow their businesses. Now, I'm going to take a wild-ass guess and assume that there's a few people in this audience that have started businesses before. No? Yeah, all right. No. Maybe we'll help you get that going. Just start something, dude. If you have started a business before, you know that one of the most frustrating, non-value-added, pathetic aspects you have to deal with when you're starting a business is simply trying to find a place to put that business. That's pretty stupid, and that's why we started PivotDesk. So to give you an example of what I'm talking about, I'm going to use my friend Matt here as an example. And let's just say hypothetically that Matt just got some seed funding for his new mobile, social, hyper-local startup. And he's three people right now, he and his two co-founders, and since they just nailed some seed funding, they want to try and find a place to actually start working on their business. And they're probably going to hire a few more people, so they need some good flexible space to do that. So Matt checks out PivotDesk, and he sees PivotDesk is really about a per person, per month, flexible license agreement. It's not about a desk for a day, a desk for a week, or finding a meeting room when you need to meet with someone. This is about matching companies together and helping both of them grow their business. So Matt sees there's a lot of great companies here in San Francisco that have excess space. And since his angel investor is in Palo Alto, he's going to look around in Soma. Nothing wrong with a little distance. So Matt pokes around and he finds a great posting from a company called Storyfy. And PivotDesk gives him a good idea of what Storyfy is about. What Storyfy is about. What's the company, what's the space looks like, what is the culture, what are the house rules. Matt can either apply directly through the site, or he can actually set up an appointment to go see the space. Really understand a little bit more about what that company is about. What's the culture? What's it like? What are the house rules? Can I bring my Doberman Pinscher Cecilia to the office with me when I want to go to work? If both sides decide that's a good match, they quickly approve the application and both go to work. Matt finds a great flexible space to grow his startup, and Storyfy gets another great company in their space driving collaboration, innovation, and additional revenue they never had before. Money to offset that lease expense, or maybe even bring in that UI UX designer that they were trying to contract with. So now, since Matt here has some kind of a startup wunderkind, let's assume 6 months down the road from now, his startup goes Instagram. And his app's flying off his servers faster than coins flying out of San Francisco slot machine. And he's talking to an investor about closing a serious Series A, and he's trying to hire 30 or 40 more people, and he really needs the space to grow this business now. So he talks to his broker, and he finds 2 great floors in Soma. He only needs about a third of that space right now, but he's got to sign a 5 or 10-year commitment for that space because that's just how the real estate industry works. Matt hops right back on PivotDesk, and in 2 or 3 days, we find him 2 or 3 other great startups that need a great place to grow their business. Helps him offset the lease risk that he's running with his space. Finds another great startup energy in his space and lets him focus on growing his business. And the best part about it is, when he needs that space back, when he's growing, he gets access to it. He's not locked into a long-term commitment that neither side likes. And in addition, when he needs space in New York for 2 or 3 sales guys to help his media partners get set up, we help him get set up in 2 days in a great location for the right price, right when he needs it. No worrying about how to get that done. And the best part is PivotDesk handles all the details. Transactions, financial history, document history, communication history, roster management, who's supposed to be in my space, who's not supposed to be in my space. All the tools both sides of that relationship need to manage that relationship for as long as it works for both sides. Matt doesn't have to worry around chasing checks, worry about credit risk, worry about who's supposed to be in his office and who isn't supposed to be in his office. Matt gets a great new way to drive the office needs of his dynamic growth business that he never had before. PivotDesk builds all the tools that companies need to easily market, manage, and monetize their excess space. We match companies together to help both sides grow their business when they need to. When you're focused on building a business, you should be 100% focused on building that business. You shouldn't be wasting 20, 30% of your time, money, and resources simply trying to figure out where the hell to put that business. That's why we built PivotDesk. PivotDesk helps entrepreneurs find room to grow their business. PivotDesk, come together.
Okay, hands up high for PivotDesk. Hands up high for PivotDesk. Jasper.
So, are you guys the Airbnb for desk space, or am I insulting you if I say that?
So a lot of people throw that term around, and obviously it's an easy term to use. There's actually quite a lot of different factors involved in the process. But what we're really trying to be is more Match.com for businesses than Airbnb for business space, right? So we're very focused on culture, and that's one of the big things that most people miss when you think about office space. We are so conditioned right now when we think about real estate to think in terms of square footage, location, amenities, build out, et cetera. What we fail to think about is culture, company, people, and how do we get it going. We talk to a lot of startups every day, and the first thing they say to us is, I need exposed brick in this location and this much square footage, and they go on and on about all the list of things they need, and I say, shut the hell up, that's not what you need. What you need right now is a great place in a company with a culture that matches yours to figure out if you even have a business in a way that's not locking you into some absurd long-term lease agreement that may even put you out of business and waste your runway. So that's the difference.
Good answer, good answer. All right, I'm back here in the shadows now with a microphone.
Sorry?
Don't you dare raise your hand on the other side of the room. Yes, sir.
Do you help Matt out if he signs a 10-year lease and the company goes belly up after a year and a half?
That's for him and his broker to work out. But we actually do have several situations with customers that have outgrown their existing space and still have a lease on that existing space and don't know what to do with it. And we easily help them find a way to market, manage, and monetize that space and help a couple of great companies that need a place to grow their business at the same time. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to see. Over here, I don't know where the microphone is.
I've got it over here.
Okay.
Where's the hand? Who's got it? Who's got a question?
Head down here, sorry.
Yes.
Hi. Help me understand a little bit of your operation. It seems to be very complicated because you needed to have somebody understanding the culture, and then you probably also have to do some sort of security check because who knows who Max is, the credit of their company, can they afford to pay the rent, and etc. So how do you scale yourself? How many people do you have?
Yeah, so there's kind of two answers to that question. And the first answer is, as far as Matt and our personal involvement is concerned, obviously we're still early stage and we are learning as we grow. And people like Matt, my GM in New York, my GM in Boulder and Denver, they're actually driving our product roadmap. So all the issues they're dealing with on a daily basis trying to help customers are issues that are getting plugged into the roadmap as we evolve. So we're building features that our customers really want, and we're not taking bets on what those features are. In regards to your second question, credit risk, things like that, The entire platform right now is built on a credit card transaction. So the guest plugs in their credit card. We take a 30-day deposit from that guest as soon as they sign on. Since it's a 30-day flexible lease agreement, the biggest exposure the host has is 30 days, and we always have at least 30 days in the bank, so we've covered the host's exposure.
What about the security and the access control? So many big companies that have many space, they also have like smart card for the access, and they monitor who comes in and who goes out.
Yes, so the answer is they have smart card control access, and they monitor who comes in and comes out. And since the process is built really based on what the host needs, so it's all about the host's house rules, right? It's not about negotiating and TI and build out and the way we traditionally think about real estate. This is your space. You're inviting a guest into your space. What are your house rules? What do they get? What don't they get? What do they need to sign up for, right? Can you plug them into your security access control or not? If not, you know what? Maybe it's not for you, and there's certainly companies where it doesn't work, but most companies we work with, in fact, almost all have not had a problem at all adding those guest companies to whatever their security access is. And since the platform gives them the dashboard to manage that, they see their pictures, their Twitter handles, they know who they are, they know where they're supposed to be. But it's really set up completely to protect the needs of the host.
All right, we've got 15 seconds. I think we'll call it at that. So PivotDesk, everybody.
Thank you.